Alright. It is time for the season, or at least the end of the seasonal quest for Season of the Witch. Now there seems to, so this is gonna finish the seasonal story for now. I believe there's gonna be a season finale quest, if anything, because there is 2 more radio calls that are gonna be after this one, so. Also, I'll get to the controversy of this season finale when I get to it. For now, let's get into it. Also, by the title, at least my Twitch stream title, yes, this is a belated birthday stream. My birthday was on Friday, but that day and the day I actually had my party, which was yesterday, pretty much went out both days and was very tired afterwards, so I didn't get to stream on those days. So that's why I'm doing it now. So this will count as my birthday stream, even though I'm only gonna be doing this. But I think since the seasonal story finishes up, Destiny will probably be taking a break a little bit for the rest of the week, and I will probably get back into Genshin. Because I believe the next event's coming up by at least next week. And maybe later this week I'll do a character story. Also, I know I definitely need to do that Lightfall part and get those exotics before Final Shape, I know that much. Because I believe we're literally on the literally next season is the last season of the year. But we have a few weeks before that happens, so I got time. I need to get the Winter Bite, forgot what the Strand sidearm's called. And I need to do Veil Containment, which I believe all the weeks are out, and I believe they're done. So Veil Containment, when I do it, mainly just gonna be sitting there listening to it. The whole time. At least, after I do the containment part. Also, Iron Banner is next week. Also, today, I will probably do this after stream's over, but Gambit Boost is on, so I need to do that. Also, hopefully I remember, I will be rating someone at the end of this. That's not gonna matter for YouTube, though. I believe my Warlock is on the last part, if I remember correctly. Yes, thought so. And I think I I'm caught up, I read up all the lore already, so I'm caught up in that. So let's do this. Let's finish Season of the Witch is main story quest. Also, next month, if I don't get Yakuza back up and running by the later this month, definitely next month I will be getting back from the Yakuza, because Like a Dragon Gaiden comes out next month, and I'm not gonna. Of course, I'm way too early in the series to actually get to that one, but I'll at least be playing a Yakuza game around that time. Whether it's finishing up Kiwami 2, which might take 2 more parts instead of just 1, or that's a maybe, by the way, or starting up Yakuza 3. Or Yakuza, I should say that correctly. Oh yeah, I haven't been doing what I've been supposed to do. What I mean by that, I haven't done the stuff I was supposed to do. Do I have a void weapon on? Okay, good.
Lies built on lies. The predictions of the dead witch that I would take her bargain, unseat her sister, serve her deceptions to survive the witness. That my fate is not my own. Did she learn nothing from the Traveler? Any rule can be unseated by a choice. Xivu, god of battlefield filth. Savathûn, god of the false and polluted. You have forgotten you were born as prey. I will remind you. Now is the time, my acolyte, my guardian. The truth is in the cards. The blood whispers, Asa's mewling suffer song. The venom surge behind my eyes. This will be our final tithe. Let it be glorious.
Eris stands before you in her high form, brimming with power. She dismisses Savathûn's predictions as lies built on lies, and tells you that any rule can be unseated by a simple choice. She raises her voice and challenges the hive gods themselves. Xivu, god of battlefield filth. Savathûn, god of false and polluted. God of the false and the polluted. You have forgotten you were born as prey. She grins viciously. I will remind you. The air distorts around her form as the power of the tides of all the guardians pulse through her. Now is the time, my acolyte, my guardian. This will be our final tithe. Let it be glorious. I still need to get the rest of the ritual cards. Oh, I just realized. I didn't see these on here before. That's cool. Why is it updated? I will also be doing Festival of the Lost when that comes out. Also, hopefully complete it this time. Oh, we're getting the full cut. We got the full cutscene this time. Kind of makes sense. That's actually really funny. Also, I had no idea how long this is gonna be, because I'll be just doing all the normal stuff, and that's it.
Finish up your ritual, get your loot, and get out. You have tithes to make.
I got turned around.
Shatter the void crystals to undo their power.
I'll debate on whether or not to do, like, something after this. For example, like an altar, because technically I'm doing this Spire now. I should be able to get every card now. Any card I have left.
When the Hive gods made their pact with the worms of Fundament, they were bound to fulfill their ambitions lest their worm devour them. Oryx sought understanding. Savathûn sought lies and trickery. Xivu Arath has fatted her worm on the strength of civilizations. And all that remains of those are the epitaphs etched in the pages of Hive Apocrypha.
She always like this? Lighten up a little. Yeesh.
This is the one that wants to book it if things go sour. That didn't work. I want to see if this person knows. There we go. There we go. Got that card already. I don't know if there's many void cards. That sounded brutal. Go.
Unchecked solar light. Savathûn's experimentation. Contain its power, Guardian.
Damn, I still need a lot more insight.
Bring the Hive's light to that ritual circle.
them no fear.
Makes sense for it to have this in another season Eris focus. Push it. I swear there was a card in this area.
You tear through everything in front of you, huh? Can't help yourself. It's what you do. I'm not gonna say we're not so different, because you'll never believe it. What's the point? But Eris and Xivu, let's just say our god of war is getting exactly what she wants.
Shit. Saved it. Now I'm gonna do that.
Wrathborn. Drive Xivu Arath's forces from the spire.
You got it. Also, the final fight, I believe, is actually a tough one. Oh shit.
Harbinger, Augur, I see the beauty of your morph. With our logic, you will stand beside me as my sister.
I am not one of you.
Take your place amongst our kind. I await your glory. Aiat! Aiat!
This should be interesting. Back to the helm.
This is it, Guardian. Eris consulted her cards one last time, and departed for the oubliette in Savathûn's throne world. She awaits your final tithe. Before she left, she asked me to ready something for Transmat from the tower security vault. And I agreed. Everything is on the line. Asa, the Vanguard, the fate of the Sol System and beyond. Empower her, Guardian. Give Eris the strength she needs to reshape the entire Hive Pantheon. And then, all we need to do is get out of her way.
Ikora has little time for necessities. This is it, she tells you. The final tithe. She asked me to raise something for Transmat from the tower security vault. Ikora tells you, but does not elaborate. Eris awaits, and time is of the essence. Empower her, Guardian. Give Eris the strength she needs to reshape the entire Hive Pantheon. And then, all we need to do is get out of her way. Sunder. Before I go and do that, I'm gonna grab a few things. That card I got, and what is it? This. Also, there is no new Umbaru engine, so I will not be doing that. Let's finish this. Every time I look at the center of my ship, where the cockpit is, not many of you might know this, but there's a series called Bakugan. Not the new one. Not the shitty one.
Eris is ready for the final tithing ritual. This is our last and best opportunity to deal a real blow to Xivu Arath. I know this may seem like a long shot, but we have to trust in Eris. She made herself for this moment. You both did.
In the original Bakugan, back in the day, there was a Bakugan called Laserman. He had the same, basically his visor was the same. His head had the same, like, T visor.
It's been fun watching you play Hive, but this has gotten out of hand. You activate the oubliette again, and Xivu's goons are gonna go full Tora bottle on this place.
You lack imagination, underling. You shall soon witness the consequences of your master's apostasy.
Also, what does my Zoc do again? Melee kills increase melee damage. That actually kind of works for the strain.
Oh no! Xivu's calling up the Leviathan Eater. He's been around since Fundament. A real heavy hitter. I'm getting out of here, and you should too. Stick around and you'll end up a grease stain.
You will go nowhere. This is the culmination of the bargain you proposed. You will witness our triumph, or perish as one of us.
Also, yeah, I knew we will be going into this place. Do not expect. Actually, I kind of suspected it was going to be at the end of the season.
Rejoice, worshipper! You have sounded the horn of battle, and war has arrived!
But before I do that, see these? After this mission, from what I know, this becomes a new oubliette part. Like, you can, when you go into the altars of summoning, this becomes a new section that opens up for the altar.
Go forth, eater of Leviathans! Scourge of the sky! Raise my sister's court, and tithe the ashes to thy god!
Again past that. Get rid of all these extras. I might just bring out my machine gun and start just mowing people down, and I also might equip Whisper. Just ignore the inside stuff for now. Not aiming that way. That's stuck. Luckily, I don't think this burns you anymore. It used to have a burning effect, but it doesn't do that. I just have to regain the solar thing and stop. Similar there. I do like the Leviathan Eater's design. He actually kind of looks badass compared to other high bosses. Like, finally another... He looks better than freaking... that one boss that was on... that kept failing. That got taken, last season. Bogoroth or whatever his name is. This dude looks more badass than that guy. Not Bogoroth, I don't know what his name is. That's how bad he was, I forgot his name.
They're about to bomb this place flat.
Return to our ritual circle, my acolyte. Your mastery of spellcraft shall be our salvation.
It. How's that hitting me? Really? Really? I got hit in the freaking toe. That was almost flawless. That was almost flawless. And then bullshit.
Go forth, eater of Leviathans, scourge of the sky. Raise my sister's court.
God damn it, I forgot the power up. That time, that was him doing it. Also, somehow I got restoration out of that. There's so many knights. Why are there all of a sudden so many knights? Holy shit. Now that's getting ridiculous. There's so many knights all of a sudden. It was not the first time I did this.
Go forth, eater of Leviathans! Scourge of the sky!
Oh, you're gonna get over
Raise
here.
my sister's court, and tithe the ashes to thy god!
Get rid of all of them right now. Oh, there's like a add-on to like the shadow machine. Not remix necessarily, but I can tell it's like a little bit similar to the shadow machine. Makes sense though. Did not that missed. How'd you get back there? I mean, it kind of makes sense if Leviathan here would have so many. The giant knight, too, sure. Ow, shit. I don't know if that means, it makes sense why I don't have any real safe place to go here. They Eris bounced me up by accident.
Run for your lives! They're about to bomb this place flat!
Return to our ritual circle, my acolyte. Your mastery of spellcraft shall be our salvation.
Hopefully you're right. And this time I can actually like take on these damn knights. Tired of the bullshit. get your ass out of here immediately. Don't know why my thing did that. Oh my god. He's coming shit.
Foe is vulnerable. Impale them with your light and send them screaming into the deep.
I can't even see his health. There. Freaking die while he's rocking the belt. I think. Okay, he still has allies, but not. Oh god. Just stand up here. Apparently I'm not allowed to. I don't have any heavy ammo. Oh, looking good. Why is that still hit? What? Okay. I don't know how you survive that. He keeps knocking my aim up, which doesn't help. Oh my god, that was very, very close. Oh, what the hell? Wait, what hit him?
In the name of all the Hive have stolen, conspire with my vengeance. In the name of Crota's Bane, the Kingslayer, and the Light. In the name of Eris Morn. Die unto me for the last time, Acolyte. Aiat.
I'm guessing my strand got to him.
Eris, I've arranged the transmat, but once she's here, we'll lose containment. We can't go back on this one.
One last atrocity.
This wasn't the agreement. Xivu is still a threat.
Do it. You will not have another chance.
Eris Morn. Finally out of her shell. It looks good on you, honey.
I am your ruin.
shit.
Savathûn has not been killed by a hive since she lost her worm. Stored eons of potent lies and deceit.
All Savathûn's power, plus the tithes of the Guardians.
Eris Morn is the strongest hive there has ever been.
Hear me, dead things. I let this moment pass unnamed, without song. This is the rejection of your sad legacy. Xivu Araf, agitator, fomenter, what a world cyst you have built from your conquests. No more. Now and forever, you are banished. Aiat.
Shit, damn. Okay. I'll save my opinions for the end, but for that cutscene alone, even though it was abrupt, that was kind of badass. Freaking just straight up slit Savathûn's throat, and then banishes Xivu from her throne world. Holy shit. And if you notice, when she fell over, she did revert back to her normal form. It's crazy to think, literally, it's been over a year since we saw Savathûn. And it's crazy to think, it literally has been like, yeah, over a year. And then now Savathûn's got brought back, just to get killed again. But Amaru's still alive, so she'll probably be brought back. Again. Let me actually check something here. That's almost done. I almost got that done. I'm missing 4 more major cards. And then, of course, that's literally is about to be completed. Actually reminds me, before I go and meet up with Eris. Also, that's cool. She had the... If you notice, her sword, she had the sword from... She had the sword from, Shadowkeep. Which I believe she had in another cutscene at one point. I think she had it in Season of Haunted. Also, what's interesting is, of course they're not going to show Savathûn's body looking any different, but her body's technically, like, they kept the same pose that her body was at the end of Witch Queen. But the interesting thing is, if you look in the lore, which I believe I read on stream at that time, in Season of the Haunted, I believe Eris actually dissected Savathûn's body. Also, I like how Savathûn's like, you look good at the hive, Eris. I mean, she did look kind of badass in her hive form.
Guardian, it is done. When I killed Savathûn, I claimed her eons of stored power. For a moment, I surpassed even Xivu Arath herself. The macabre gifts of the Hive awaited, a pitted plain of open graves. It was magnificent. I rejected them all. Instead of challenging Xivu Arath, I severed her connection to her throne world. She is mortal now, wherever she may be. Mortal and furious. Refusing conflict split my ritual's foul call. Your tithes drained from me, and now here I stand. A woman who was briefly a god. Ikora tells me Amaru resurrected Savathûn. She fled, but left Amaru here, as my ward. An irksome peace offering, for me to destroy if Savathûn moves against us. But I am weary of destruction. You may continue to explore Savathûn's throne world, as the Queen of Lies is never to be fully trusted. But for now, I would like only tea. Tea and silence.
Understandable why she would want that. She is very freaking exhausted from almost when she was like literally filled with tides. Also, yeah, she basically summed up what happened after that cutscene played out. But what the controversy part is, I might as well say it now, is that what happens after the cutscene is in the next lore book. Is in the lore book I'm about to read. In that lore book, it explains everything that happens after the cutscene ended. And before this moment. So, that's the controversial part, but I'm gonna go with what Bife said on this. My name is Bife. He said, since if you notice, they only have limited time during seasons to make certain cutscenes. So, Bife, I'll link, if anything, I might link in the description of the video where he critiques the season. But he also explains, out of every cutscene we could have gotten, we got the best case scenario in terms of what we could see. Because to be fair, what we saw was pretty important. We didn't. What happens after is mainly just chatting. But like Eris said, also I have a theory on what happened. My theory is they didn't have a model of Eris in human form with her acolyte eyes without the blindfold on, because she took the blindfold off. So I wonder if that was the case, and if they did make that cutscene, they would have to show different angles of Eris without showing her eyes, which would be very weird. Because, of course, like I said, they didn't have a model of her without the blindfold. My other thought is, now I will already say this, if you go into the altar and Savathûn's Spire after this part of the story, Savathûn you'll be able to hear Savathûn in the spire. Like, present her. Like, she said she got revived again, and then she just left. So, she's now just in her throne world, and you can hear her over, everything. So, my guess is that all that was pre-recorded, and they probably pretty much recorded everything already. They recorded all the voice lines already, and that was their limit. They couldn't, like, do the voice lines that came after the cutscene, if that made any sense. That's my other theory. Also, our guardian speaks in the part after the cutscene. So, maybe they couldn't get the Guardians voice actors in to voice that line, because if you notice, I don't think our Guardian really speaks in seasons. During seasonal stories, our Guardian never really speaks. It's only in big DLCs, big expansions, that our Guardian speaks. Which I think that's going to change, of course, with the episode thing that's coming next year. I guess our Guardian's going to speak during those as well. Eris stands before you once more. She is fully human. Tells you that she's not awoken. Triumphant and exhausted. It is done. When I killed Savathûn, I claimed her eons of stored power. For a moment, I surpassed even Xivu Arath herself. Instead of challenging Xivu Arath, I severed her connection to her throne world. She is mortal now, wherever she may be. Which is interesting. Which is, the theory now is that since I doubt we'll be dealing with Xivu next season, I actually don't know what next season is going to be about. Unless it's Scorn related. Or, oh yeah, another thing. I will explain soon. Which was referenced before. So, one of the episodes is Hive related, so I'm guessing that's when we finally deal with Xivu. We're going to deal with Xivu after the final shape, I think. Also, I wonder if this means Xivu is still strong, but she's not as strong as she could have been. Or she's not as strong as she was, since she's now can't go back to her throne world. And if we kill her, she stays dead because she's banished from her own throne world. Rejecting the sword logic's power shattered the ritual's hold over her. Now here I stand, a woman who was briefly a god. Maru has resurrected Savathûn, and the Hive God insisted she had already given us. Oh, that's interesting that this chunk of dialogue, or this chunk of words here, is what I was talking about. The Hive God has insisted she had already given us the secrets of the Witness in exchange for her freedom. She left Amaru with the Vanguard. Eris is free to destroy him if she feels Savathûn is conspiring against humanity. But I am weary of destruction. For now, I would like only tea. Tea and silence. Which kind of fits what she said earlier in one of the video calls. So she's probably going to go into a library and just sit there and relax. With occasional visits from the Drifter. Which I am very excited to see the lore books on the Drifter checking up on Eris after this. Because we have, there's no lore book yet on that. And maybe that's that might be a radio call at some point. There's probably a card in that area in the altar, like the new altar spot that just opened, that we fought the Leviathan Eater in. There's probably a card in that area. That's another thing that people are kind of mad at. The cutscene didn't really tell us like how to get through the portal. But that gets also explained in the lore book. Again, that's the problem. It's explained in the lore book, and people that casually just watch the cutscenes only and not really pay attention to anything else might completely miss that context.
Mission report number 472.622.3. Regarding our ongoing attempts to breach the extraspatial portal within the Traveler, I'm relieved to report that Eris's risky plan worked. Her final ritual banished Xivu from her own throne world. The Hive God of War is vulnerable for the first time in millennia. When the time comes, we can finally force a decisive engagement against her. But first, we have to deal with the witness. To that end, it seems the Witch Queen held up her end of the bargain. I didn't want to let her go, but Savathûn offered some enticing collateral. She left Amaru in Vanguard custody. He's an odious little wretch, but an important one. As long as we control the Witch Queen's connection to the light, she'll think twice before crossing us. It went against my every instinct to let Savathûn squirm away again. But we need to keep our attention on that portal. She gave us the secret to breaching it. Now, we just need to discover what form it's taken. For now, Asa is back in hibernation, and Eris is recovering. More than that, she's thriving. I was worried that Eris's obsession with the Hive would overwhelm her. But she's carrying herself with an air of confidence I haven't seen in a century. And I'm just glad to see her happy.
Well, Elsie... I am also curious to see how Elsie reacts to everything after this, because Elsie... Now that everyone knows that Eris is not evil, Elsie may lay off. And I want to see her reaction to Eris giving up the power, proving her future wrong. Oh, I'm so close to finishing this damn card. Oh, interesting. Fish. Also, someone... Okay, one thing I want to bring up is the way to get to the portal. I need to bring that up. So, here's my theory, which is probably the most logical theory. Sort of. It's not, it's like a half theory. So, in the lore books, we have heard that Savathûn has a heirloom, and Amaru knows where that is. Amaru knows where this heirloom is. My guess is the heirloom is the way to the witness, is the way to get to that portal. That's the thing we need to get through. And also, it may be attached to the Mbaru engine. And by that, because if we look here, we have 2 more triumphs. And these are probably a part of the Mbaru engine. So in the coming weeks, and maybe the season finale, the true season finale, we'll probably learn what these are, and maybe we'll find the heirloom. And once we find the heirloom, that will be our way to the witness. The thing is, I have no idea what next season's gonna be. Unless next season's also kind of continuing off of this and finding the heirloom. I'm literally missing 9. Wherever 9 is. Also, we have one more lore book, which is kind of tells me we're gonna get a season finale. We're gonna get a true finale. Now this is gonna be... Now this lore book is what happened immediately after the cutscene ended. The air still sizzled with dissipating soul fire as the Guardian and Ikora knelt beside Eris. A eruption of light illuminated the thick smoke behind them, and Savathûn rose again, laughing. I suppose I had that coming, the towering god said as she rubbed her renewed throat. She slowly tilted her head. Something's different. I don't feel her. Maru darted up to Savathûn's eye level. After she took your power, Eris called up Savathûn's throne world and did something that cut her off from it. He floated to Savathûn's shoulder and glared down at Eris. Banished from her own throne world? Savathûn cackled gleefully as she approached. Eris, you overachiever, how I love you. I wound you up, and you ran right over her. Savathûn crouched, peering at Eris's collapsed form with intense curiosity. I'm surprised expending that much power didn't kill you outright. Though, it explains why you're back in that awful little meat body of yours. Eris propped herself up with one elbow. Ikora moved to help her rise, but Eris waved her off. Our bargain is complete. Your sister has been dealt with, and you live again. Now. Her uncovered eyes glowing fiercely. That's what I was talking about of the model, them not having a model for Eris without her blindfold. Unless they just show her from the side with her eyes glowing. I don't know. Tell us how to follow the witness. Tell you. Savathûn frowned. I don't know how, with the way her mouth is. Her voice edged with disappointment. I already showed you. Another part of my theory is that our hive magic that we learned how to do, / the Mbaru engine, possibly, is also, in previous lore books, they mentioned about blending light and dark, which is probably what she's talking about. We needed to blend light and dark to get through that portal, because that portal is a mixture of light and darkness, which we have mastered by now. Well, maybe. We still probably have one more element to unlock. Because that one guy in Season of the Deep that tried to go through the portal, my guess is that he does not know how to use stasis or strand. And yeah, that didn't end well for him. But since our Guardian has a mixture of light and dark, that's possibly what we need to get through the portal. Ikora leapt to her feet, roaring void energy distorting the air around her. She took a measured step towards Savathûn. No tricks, no riddles, no lies twisted around the truth. Her voice firm. Tell us now, or I don't have any reason to let you leave here alive. Savathûn slowly drew herself to her full height and grinned down at Ikora, spreading her wings wide. Eris may have managed an interesting sword logic stunt, but I have lost none of my power. She began to hover, her talons dragged across the ground as she floated towards the warlock. You're in no position to stop me. And this is the part I was talking about earlier. The Guardian rose from Eris' side. I am, they said, because it can be either gender or race. Savathûn paused for a long moment, her ossified face unreadable. No shit. Finally she sighed. Just when you start to impress me, she said as she closed her wings and stooped to Ikora's height. Amaru bobbed awkwardly to keep level with her. You both need to stop the witness, and to that end I have given you what I promised. You will find you have it when you are ready. Like Eris said, our bargain is complete. There is no need for drama. Again, probably she means the blending of light and dark. Also, I like how as soon as our character stood up and said, let's see. I am in a position to stop you. She ain't wrong. We killed her once before. We can do it again. She backed off as soon as we did. Ikora gritted her teeth. Savathûn shrugged. How are you, like, Ikora? It's not a trick, and if you won't take my word for it, then... Savathûn looked around the ritual space of her throne world. Her eyes settled on Amaru, and she smiled. Take him. What? Savathûn ignored him. Take Amaru, my loyal ghost, my connection to the light. She continued, dropping to one knee in supplication. I've got a deception, dropping to one knee? What the hell? I leave him with the Vanguard willingly. So if you would rather give me my final death than stop the witness... Also, sorry for the drift on the controllers, making it go up. Savathûn closed her claws in a fist. Crunch. Capiche? Amaru flew between Savathûn and Ikora. Don't I get saying this? No. Savathûn laughed. You have your orders, and the rest of you, she gestured at Ikora, the Guardian, and Eris, who had drawn herself unsteadily to her feet. Don't mess this up. The witness wants to sweep our pieces from the board, and we're having such a lovely game. Savathûn turned, wings trailing like a gown, and Ikora took a half step forward. The Guardian was at her side in an instant. Eris placed a hand on Ikora's shoulder. Don't. Take care of yourself, Eris. It was such fun seeing your mask slip. Mask slip. The delighted laughter of the Queen of Lies echoed through the ritual chamber as she vanished down the long hallway. And that's what happened after the cutscene ended. So Savathûn is alive. She's now just chilling in her throne world. And... Wait, let me see something. Okay, that was... She's just chilling in her throne world now. And again, what I believe she means is the means of mixing light and dark is probably what she means of our way through the portal. Because Technically, that's what the witness used to get through the portal, or to make the portal in the first place. He's pure darkness, or it's pure darkness. And the Savathûn's, or not Savathûn, the Traveler's pure light. The veil connected the two, because the veil was a bridge of light and darkness. We're now another bridge of light and darkness. By melding our light and darkness together, also using hive magic, we potentially can go through the portal. But we'll probably need the heirloom's help. Because the heirloom was mentioned, and we still don't know what it is, but Amaru does. And since he's in our custody now, we can probably get him the squeal. I am curious. I kind of like Savathûn's position. Like, also, real quick, my opinion, I understand why the cutscene happened the way it was. I understand. I'm not too mad about it, but I do understand the people, why people are unhappy about it. But I get it. I'm fine with it. It still looked cool the way it, with what we got. Also, Savathûn being just being chill with us, sort of. Like, she's not, it doesn't seem like she's necessarily, like, evil, quote unquote. I am curious if when we'll see her again and what she'll do. Because we have Amaru now, but she does, besides her Lucent Hive, but herself, she doesn't seem like she really cares about fighting us anymore. Because why would she leave Amaru with us, and why would she not fight us if she did care? She only, like, she taunted Ikora because she knows she's stronger than Ikora, I think. She can use all three elements. But I'm very curious when we'll see her again in terms of, like, her body, herself, besides just hearing her. I'm curious what she'll do. I have a feeling she'll probably show up in the she'll probably show up either in final shape, briefly maybe, probably in the cutscene of her witnessing us defeating the witness, and she'll probably show up when we deal with Xivu and other Hive shenanigans. But in a way, I kind of hope she does not die. I kind of want her to stick around now, because she just, one, I find her kind of funny now, and she's not a joke either. She clearly still is a threat in a certain sense, but she calls us her light cousins, and she wants us to see things her way, which she clearly got in some way. So since she's semi-satisfied with what happened this season, I don't think she's really a threat in that sense anymore. She clearly is with her power, because she's, I think, even with the light, even without the light, she's still strong, because she has she said she hasn't lost any of her power despite losing her tithes. Or despite, yeah, whatever. But I honestly think she has not lost interest necessarily, but I don't think she she really cares to fight us anymore. She's gonna watch over and laugh at us and stuff and criticize us, but in terms of actually fighting us, I don't think she's gonna do that. I'm fine with that. A semi-looming threat that's just a chill character all around or a chill character in some way that's just taunting us is hilarious to me. And I want to hear and see more of her, but not in a fight. I honestly don't want her to get killed now. Because, one, we're gonna kill Xivu, clearly. And Savathûn being the last remaining Hive God, and knowing that possibly she might be the only one to ever live, is very interesting for the story. But for now, that is it for me. I relatively enjoyed this season, and a lot of people seem to have, besides that last bit, because this season changed up the formula. Instead of go out, get this thing, come back, done. Like, we sort of had to do that, but not really. We actually did something different every week, relatively. So, I like this change in form, and I wonder how they're gonna do episodes, if they're gonna be basically longer seasons. But anyway, that'll be it for me. I don't know what's next in terms of my plans for Destiny besides the Lightfall stuff. So, Genshin will probably be the next stream. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. I'm gonna raid Thundershot today. That's not gonna matter for YouTube, but he's doing a subathon. He might still be subathoning even when this goes live. So, I recommend following him. Thundershot on Twitch, Thundershot on YouTube. I almost met him. I got very close to meeting him at SummerSlam, a wrestling event. I almost met him, but he's doing a subathon right now. I give him a follow, subscribe to him if you wish. I'm gonna end it here. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. See you all later. Bye-bye. Come on. God damn it. There we go. Once again, I recommend giving Thundershot a follow. And now, see you guys later.